All right, so here's a look at this cooling pad, and this is going to be a water-cooled cooling pad. You can see here, it's kind of like a twin size, and this is great because if your partner doesn't like to sleep cool, like my wife, she likes being more warm, then you could just put it on one side of the bed, and it's gonna have these straps right here that go underneath the bed so that it doesn't move around. Then you can kind of put your bottom sheet over this. So here's the machine that it's gonna come with, and this is where the water goes in. Up here at the top, you're just gonna pour water up at the top, and it's gonna cycle through these tubes over here on the side, which go down into the actual pad. So when you set this up, you wanna make sure that this is up on something that is higher than the bed because it needs enough pressure to go through these tubes. Right now we're just using this little extra hamper that we have, but we're gonna get a little side table to put this on eventually. Up here at the top you can see the different controls. You've got the fan speed, so this is gonna be how cold it is. F1 is gonna be the maximum speed, and you can kind of hear the fan going right now. It's starting to get a little bit more loud, and if you can't really sleep with it that loud, then I would just suggest going down to F2, and I feel like the ambient noise coming out of it is not that bad. But most of the time, honestly, an F4, which is the lowest level, works enough for me, and I'm a really hot sleeper. Next to it is gonna be your fan cycle. So you've got 4 different options for the fan cycle. D1 is gonna be on all the time. So that means water is constantly running through the pad and keeping you cool. D2 is gonna be on for 3 minutes, off for 3 minutes. And then D3 is gonna be on for 3 minutes, off for 9 minutes. Honestly, I just leave it on D3 most of the time just because I feel like it does get a little bit too cold if I'm leaving it on the other settings. And then D4 is just gonna turn the fan off and it's gonna have the water cycle through. So kind of just depends on how cold you actually need it to be. It also is great because it's got a timer on here. So normally when we go to sleep, I'm usually hot right away when we first start going to sleep. So I'll put that timer on for like 4 to 6 hours, and then it kind of turns off just a few hours before waking up. And that usually works out good for me because by the time it hits morning, if it's cold, if it's winter here, then I'm already kind of cooled down by the morning. And it also has a negative ion setting on here as well, so you can go ahead and utilize that if you'd like. Now, one other thing I'd like to recommend here is to put a couple of zip ties over here on the side. This is gonna hold these tubes in place. Now, I didn't have any issues before without the zip ties, but I figure it's a good safety measure just to put that on there so no water leaks out. So the pad itself is gonna have tubes inside of it. So if you've had a heated blanket, you know that like the coils will be on the inside, but this one actually has little water tubes that are on the inside. You barely can feel them. Even when laying down on this, you would think like this might be uncomfortable because of these tubes, but honestly, you don't really feel it. You kind of just feel a light cooling sensation all over the blanket. My heat always gets trapped between my body and the bed, so it's nice that the bottom part keeps you cool, and then you've got your blanket on top. So if you're a hot sleeper and somebody who just needs something to cool down at night, forget those memory foam cooling toppers. They don't do anything. You're gonna need something like this that's gonna be water cooled and actually gonna keep you cool throughout the night. So if you're looking for one, I would highly suggest this one.